Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. So this is going to be a net build. This is, I think, by far the most like meta build I could have found for her so far. I don't think it gets any better than this, just because of she's like totally relying on creatures, which is pretty much the weakest thing in the game for Masterminds. Unless you're playing like a Daniel or something that he has like no knockback, things like that nature. But because of the stun lock on zombies, they're just like the worst thing, and they're just dumb in general. Unless you're not controlling them, they can easily be ignored by the survivors. They can be stunned by flashbang. So it's just like a bunch of things that make them trash. Um, they're very slow. The survivors are like twice their speed. It's just so dumb. So she's kind of one of the weakest mastermind for that reason. But I found something that can I found something that can make it work, make the creatures actually useful, and it also fits the meta, which is really winning by time by using creatures to do so. I would say, like, honestly, Nikolai is definitely one of the top tiers right now, at least with the builds that I have most recently. Daniel was pretty high there. He was actually the worst, but I made a build for him, and now he's definitely like the top. If you haven't seen that build, I already made a video on it. It's like that last, I think it's the last build I did for Daniel. Alex is probably the best one out of all of them for sure. She's like the best killer in the game, best mastermind in the game. Spencer, I think, is the weakest. To be, it's kind of funny that I say that because he's actually for me, he's actually the weakest now because he's just even Annette with this build I'm going to show you now. I think it's better than Spencer because he's just bad at nothing. It's not that he's bad. He's bad. He's like not good at anything. He's just like a very good at copying the others. But like Annette has a bunch of passive skills that makes her creature OP. Daniel is the same. They have a bunch of passives that help them. She has infection. He has like nothing. His passive is like energy. Like that's not a passive. You know what I mean? It's like you're just essentially spamming stuff. But if you're spamming stuff that's weak, what's the point? So he's kind of bad at everything. That's why I think he's the worst. But he's just like a cheap copy of the others, which is not good enough. You might as well use the original. But anyway, moving on. So Annette, we're gonna be using Fury here on Birkin. So the first passive. Second passive is going to be genetic mutation is going to be buffs. So this is for the infection that we're going to be using. So it's going to greatly affect the auras effect. So anything like energy leech, anything at all that's aura based is going to increase by 30% the effect by using this passive right here. And moving on, the third skill is going to be ambush. So we can use our zombies with invincibility when they get up, and they get up fast. This is crucial to the build as well. Even more so than this is the ambush. We're going to be using this zombie just because it costs 0 and is the best option for what we're going to be doing here, besides these two. And the liquor, I mean, honestly, I did not want to use any of this, but since considering I have to choose something, I would say the liquor is the best option here because at least it's going to make the survivors a bit distracted, and so he's going to distract them more than these ones. And concentrated rounds is not going to be useful at all for the deck that we're going to be using. So just the liquor really. And now moving on to the equipment, which is probably very interesting as you'll see. We're going to be using the Noxious Compound 3. So it greatly increases the duration of negative and restraining effects on the survivors. This is for the immobilizing rounds that we're going to be using in particular. You'll see how that plays off in the games. We're going to be using modified gear because we're going to be using guns. So 2. And we're going to be using durability because, like I mentioned on many of my other videos, Jan has a build where she can one-shot your cameras, and that is completely broken. It breaks the game. You cannot use cameras at all. And because she can use the hide then, so she has infinite ammo. So essentially, every 4 seconds she can destroy a camera of yours, which is completely broken. I mean, that's if you're using guns, which is we're gonna be using, because she has a passive that increases the damage even more when you actually have a gun active. But even without that, like even if you're not using guns, it still does like an insane amount of damage. So it's just broken in general. So you need to have some kind of durability to be able to counter that gen. Otherwise, because if they destroy a camera, you're essentially not even playing the game anymore. Because you need cameras to do everything. So yeah. Now cooling fan, we're gonna be using to counter this because not just and because it's really good, right? You always want the camera to come back faster when it's destroyed, but especially on something like an area 3 where most rooms only have one camera. Very crucial that you have cooling fan. Now this is to counter this because by increasing the durability, you're increasing the health of the camera, but the health of the camera, like for example, let's say it recovers once it's destroyed, it recovers like 1 point of health per second, and when it gets to 100, your destroyed camera is going to come back, right? So by doing this, you're increasing, let's say, like for example, just from 10 to 20 health. So you're essentially decreasing the time it's going to take for the camera to naturally recover. So using cooling fan is going to kind of counter that. So it doesn't take like forever for your camera to come back. You know, once it gets destroyed, then it obviously will, because good survivors always shoot your cameras. So those are the equipments. You can see it's not even close to 25, but then that's not an issue. And the deck we're going to be using is this one. Yeah, that one, deck number 1. So like I mentioned, we're going to be using guns. Now, this is the most crucial one. The most crucial card in the build is probably the immobilizing rounds. But you can see we're pretty much using immobilizing rounds and the cheap guns, the energy one and the rifle. We're using the shields so they cannot destroy our cameras, our cameras. We're using firearms, efficiency mod, so everything is cheaper here for the guns in particular. And we're using 2 creatures besides the ambush one, right? That we're gonna have as well. This is, again, remember, like I said, we're using the passive for buffing the aura effect, so it's gonna get this zombie in particular. So his infection is going to be a little higher. That little buff, it makes it so essentially, like I said, increases the aura's effect of everything by 30%. 30% would be like essentially using this thing right here with the moderately infection rate. So it's essentially like having this like a 5th equipment here because of that passive skill. And also, and you're gonna be using this creature as well. Just this is just so we can have another creature. Like technically, you don't necessarily have to use this. You could like maybe use a discount or something, you know, whatever. But I don't know, even a crawler just to cycle the deck better. But I like to use this creature because it just comes in hand a lot, because we're gonna be comboing the creatures with the mobilizing rounds a lot. So obviously, the more creatures we have on our deck, the easier it is for us to have a creature ready when we need it. You know what I mean? So for that reason is why I have 2 here instead of just 1. I actually when I was first testing this build, I was not using 2, but then I noticed that with 2 it just got a lot better, because I actually had the creature when I needed. You know, if it was not this one, it was the other one without the. Which it really doesn't matter if she has the buffs or not. The buffs are better, but if it does not have the buff, we're still gonna make use of the creature. And we're gonna be using quick draw because this is key as well, because we want to be cycling the deck, so we can get this as often as possible. And the clone as well is always useful. Sometimes you can clone this and get a lot of energy. You know, sometimes you can clone the creature itself, or especially clone this. It can just spawn like 2 in a row. Kind of fill up the room a lot faster. So yeah, you guys just see on the gameplay better. So this is the deck. Let's move on to the games now. Okay, so first match here. We're gonna be playing a SWAT team already. These guys are definitely together. I'm pretty sure like all 4 of them are together, honestly. I think I've played them before a few other times with maybe other masterminds. I definitely recognize some of their names there. They are pretty tryhard, so this is going to be a good showcase of the build. This is the type of SWAT team that would easily beat your Annette. So not this build though. So you see, like I mentioned, one of the key strategies is trying to combo. You want to combo the stun things, which is the immobilizing round and the creatures. So I'm kind of missing here because I'm kind of trying it out. But my idea there with the air cannon, as you can tell, I was trying to you know, bite them with the creature as they were getting up, but they kind of fell too far from the. Usually it's not that good of an idea to try to combo with the air cannons. Mostly you'll see, but use the air cannon mostly to combo with the rifles alone, not with the creatures. It works a little better. It only, you know, to combo with the creatures, the air cannon, the creature has to like pretty much already be fully standing, and the survivor has to fall pretty close to it. Otherwise, you can't really capitalize on it because the stun is not really that long. So this yeah, I kind of missed that, but the immobilizer round is really the key of everything here in this build. So and meanwhile you're always using the guns to eat their time away. Essentially, it's not so much for killing, it's just for taking their time, because you're getting like 3 seconds for every shot. It's not too bad. You just want to be always like firing at them. And the creatures you try to spread the infection as much as you can also. So you see what I mean? Like I'm trying to combo because this was like one of the first matches where I actually realized that the insane build that I had created. So I'm still kind of experimenting a little bit here. So that's why you see me trying the air cannon with the creatures, but that's not a good idea. Okay, just never use the air cannon to like that to try to combo with the creatures. Use it with the rifles. So like you shoot the air cannon and like that, once they're getting up, then you activate the rifle when you shoot them. That's way better. Then and you can also combo. The immobilized round works for both the rifle and the creatures. So you see right there how I was trying to comboing the. This is just spreading infection. How I'm spawning the creature on top of them. It's really just to try to spread the infection there. Now, but this is pretty bad, as you can tell. Area 1 was not so good. I was missing a lot of things. But you see that moving on here, I'm gonna adapt better. Now that I just realized that okay, I cannot really use air cannons with the creatures. Just not working out. So but you definitely want to use with the rifle. So the reason why we don't have shuffles or anything like that is just because you want to have the cards in your hand. The more cards you hold in your hand, the easier it is to combo them. And keep in mind as well, because of the ambush, you can actually use the creatures to stop the objectives, such as doors, you know? Like, for example, right now, I could easily spawn the creature on her, and she won't be able like that, and she won't be able to open the door. Now, I should have done that earlier, but this is another thing you can combo as well. Every time they get grabbed, you can easily shoot them with the rifle. Always do that. So this is why it's good to have things ready on your hand, you know? But like I mentioned, this match in particular, even though it was against a really good team, I am still kind of I was still kind of experimenting a little bit, but you know, as I'm making this commentary, I have already figured out how to play the blast play style. But in this match in particular, I was still kind of seeing if I could make it work the air cannon with the creatures and things like that. So you see what I mean, like with the zero cost, you can easily kind of feel the room. And you see she's interacting with the zombie. I can easily shoot her with the rifles. Even if the energy one, it don't matter because you're getting energy from it, but it's still taking their time away. So I just want you to notice that. And you see right there, you use the quick draw so you can get something. In this case, it would be the I used the quick draw so I could get either the mobilizing round or the air cannon. You just always want to use the quick draw for that purpose, so you can come back to because you're just comboing stuff together. So you want to have those. Those are the key to the combos. Is having either the air cannon or the and because you have 3 cards in your hand, it's usually very easy that you have at least a rifle or a creature ready to be used, which again are the exact things that you're going to be using to combo. So this is how you use it. You shoot them with the mobilizing round, and then you get up with the ambush and you bite them. However, you want to bite them from the back, not from the front like that, because from the front it takes longer. But you see, because of the noxious compound, even if they're good players, you know, like spamming really hard on the X button, it kind of makes take long enough to where I can still get the bite for free essentially because the zombie has invincibility. And if you grab me from the back, you can actually finish the full the biting before they can save them. You know, they can shoot the zombie. The invincibility is still going to be active. And you see right there, like I'm using the zombie. You can still use the zombie like this. You see, she got grabbed. You can use the zombie to stop the objective from happening. She's using USP there, so that's why she got done so fast. But you can imagine if she was not using USP, she would not have finished that terminal right there. Now Birkin is also meant to be used. You can, especially in area 2, he's really good. Birkin is just he's really bad. Like he's the worst bioweapon in the game by far. So even worse than Mr. X. So you really just using him to you see right there comboing the mobilizing round with the air cannon. That was like 10 seconds off, 15 seconds maybe from that combo right there. So you always want to be using those. But like I was mentioning, Birkin you're really just using to waste our time. That's his only purpose there. Let me see if I show. Yeah, I want to show the combo with the rifle, but I'm not getting it here. So you see the creatures are all invincible. A back grab like that is pretty much guaranteed. Like you can finish the grab before the zombie loses the invincibility. So again, this is their strategy here. On a zombie, grab her. She cannot get away in time. It's a free grab, and he's still invincible. And you can still shoot her with the rifle after, like you see me doing her there, while she's still finishing the biting animation. So you're essentially getting 15 from the bites. You're getting 5 if she gets infected, and you're also you know, if you manage to get a few shots with the rifle, plus the 3 seconds that you already got from shooting with the mobilizing round. So it's a lot of time right there for every time you do that that combo there. You're just pretty much almost 30 seconds that you're taking off. So you see, this is how he's working. You're really just stalling here. You want to be grabbing, especially grabbing the person with the card. So they're forced to use the ammo, you know, grenades. You use all their resources to maybe free the person. Maybe not even free them, you know, maybe they'll end up dying and you're just wasting a lot of their time with Burger King. This is one of the reasons why he's bad. He's like so slow, so definitely that's why we have Fury, so you can leave him on the worst times and be able to you know, to use him again sooner. So you see why we're using the shield, how it's helping us as well. And you see, even though the area 1 was like so bad, you can see how I you know, how much time I was able to take off them just with the strategy there. Once I got it, you see right there again, this is guaranteed. They cannot shoot the zombie away because he's still invincible. And she cannot really get that fast, get away that fast from the thing because of the noxious compound. So yeah, this was a bit of a rough match, but I was able to, you can see like the keys of the strategy here. But let's move on. These matches are I'm a little bit more experienced, so I'll be playing the strategy a little better here, so it would be easier for you guys to see. But that's the real kill this build in general is really just the demobilizing rounds with the creature in particular, or you can do this where you shoot them because of the noxious compound. They're still gonna be in that thing for a long time, so you can easily get like pretty much all your shots of the rifle on them before they get off the you know, the immobilize around. So you're essentially taking like more than 10 seconds for every time you use those 2 cards together, which is quite a lot. It's gonna make their time like go off pretty quickly. So you see, I should have probably used it. Yeah, use the quick draw. Again, quick draw. You just want to get the immobilizer round or the egg cannon, and then you combo with something else. That's really just the key to the build. Now, in this case, I'm not gonna spawn the creature because I already have one right there. And you can also, because if it takes too long like that, especially if they're alone, you can just hit them. You don't have to like bite them right away. You can just hit them a few times like I was doing there, and then go for the bite once they leave. But that works best only if they're alone, right? Because if there's people together, you really just want to go for the grab right away. And you can see I'm using the zombie here to stop her from opening the door. I'm surprised that missed right there. But yeah, you always want to try to spread the infection as well as much as you can. So I should probably use either the creature or the shield here, so I can roll my deck here to get like I mentioned, it's all about getting the immobilizing round. But you see, like I'm not particularly playing super well, but you see like how much time they're losing just because of all that interaction, like the infection, the biting. So you see, this time I chose to use this rifle because you see what I mean. Like you can easily get like all the shots in before they leave the thing right there. So you see, this is what you want to do again. Notice how much time they're losing. They had like 2 minutes and a half, and after these like 2 interactions right here with the rifles and the immobilized rounds, they were down to like 1.5. So they pretty much lost like 30 seconds right there in no time. And you see what I mean right there again. Like you can stop them from opening doors. And doing this grabbing animation, you can always shoot them with the rifle as well to eat more time. So yeah, they got away 1.5. So pretty good for us. They lost like, they start with 5 minutes, so essentially they lost like pretty much 2.5 right there, which is a big advantage for us as Masterminds. But usually this build, I don't think I got to area 3, pretty much never, especially area 2, because you see those guys with USB, they even lost to this. So you can imagine people that are not using USBs, it's gonna be like even harder. Because you have a strong camera there, you have shields to stop your camera, you're constantly shooting them. You have creatures that can spawn on top of the objective with invincibility. So it's kind of pretty hard for them to just stand there and do the objective, you know, for like 5 seconds. So you know, it's kind of pretty strong, especially on area 2. And you also have Birking that you're kind of using constantly because of the Fury. So you see right there a grab. You see right there, that was like 30 seconds lost right there. There was like 3 shots plus the zombie grab. You know, it was like easily like 30 seconds around there. Just gone. So I want to see. I don't think I showed you so far the combo with the air cannon, how to do it properly. But you see, I used the shield. I was expecting her to shoot the camera, so I used the shield right away. But again, like if you don't have anything to combo on, you can always use the rifles like this and just shoot them like randomly. You know, you're still taking their time away. And you see how long it takes for it to destroy my camera. That's because of the durability there. So you can easily get it. She got grabbed there itself. So and you can easily you know, get away from. Again, you see right there how I was able to leave the camera. That's because of the durability. Without that durability, she would easily had destroyed that camera before I could leave it. So you see again spawning the zombie. Guaranteed bite here. From the back, you always want to spawn the zombie behind her, so you get the faster grab. This is kind of a mistake on their part too. Like they're trying to put the gen to do the terminals. The gen is the one that should be focusing on the cameras, you know. And you see what I mean? Like use Birking really just to waste our time. I think this is gonna be a good example of that. Birking is really just something to waste our time on the objective, nothing else. He's really bad for killing, and he's bad at everything. Honestly, he's bad at movement. He's bad at killing. His attacks do like 0 damage. It's like so bad, but he's very good at wasting time though, especially when you grab them like that. So you see again, you don't have to necessarily use the gun. You can use the zombie there to stop the objective. So there we go with the immobilizer. If you don't know, you can actually hit them from there. So we're gonna use the combo there with the rifles. We still have this other one we can use. And you see right there, she does not have USB, so it's like way harder for them to actually do this without it. Especially terminals that have 2 cameras. Cause like usually if you spawn just the zombie itself, like usually if you spawn the zombie on the objective like that, it's pretty much they have to make like 5. They have to wait the entire animation of the zombie to get up before they could attempt to do the objective. Because otherwise the zombie's gonna grab them, right? With invincibility. So yeah, and you see how much time they're losing, like, and so fast. And you see I already got Birkin again because of Fury. So this is what I mean. Like you're constantly wasting the time, especially if you can down the person that has the key card right there. It makes it, you know, much better to waste her time. And see, I want to grab her here, but I think she goes down here. So you see what I mean? Like you're always using the. But so far, let's see the other games. So far, I don't think I properly showed you guys how to combo the air cannon with the rifles. But you could definitely see so far how you use the immobilizer rounds and the creatures together. And the rifles itself, right? And especially shooting them when they're getting grabbed or anything of that nature. So another game here. I think this was a pretty quick one. Or not. I don't remember correctly. Maybe it was the last one that was the fastest one. So again here, I'm trying to combo with the creature, but it just doesn't work that well, so don't try it. Because the creature takes too long to get up. It's just unfortunate. You can't really combo with the air cannon. I mean, you can, but it's just like so rare. Like the creature has to be already standing, and the zombie and the survivor has to land like super close to it. Otherwise, it will not work. So, yeah, it's not even worth trying. I would say, just go for the you know, the combo with the rifle instead. So you see, I think he missed it. Yeah, I missed. That's annoying. So he cannot open that door because of the creature. And he's alone too, so you see what I mean? Like, right, creatures are so bad. Like, he's alone and he can easily deal with that creature. Even though I'm controlling it just because of the stun lock. Especially if they're using that shotgun, it's so dumb. So let's see here. So you see what I mean? Like, in this case, like, what you want to do, really just randomly use the rifle like that if you don't have anything to combo on. Because you can still be shooting them to take their time off, like I mentioned earlier too. You see, now I have the air cannon, so I can definitely do things a little better here. So again, just shooting them, wasting your time. like 3 seconds there. That was already like 9 seconds gone. That was more than 10 already. And I got the shot there. That was easily 15 seconds gone from that rifle use. And see here, we're still getting more shots in. So it just eased our time away like super quick, fast. So you see, this is a little better because I have multiple creatures. This is a better chance that I'll be able to combo. You see that I was able to. This is what I mean. This is what I was trying to do all along when I mentioned comboing the air cannon with the creature. But you can see like it's very kind of situational. It's kind of in a way not really worth trying because most of the time it's gonna go wrong. But it's just something you can do, okay? And you see again when they're alone like this or something, you can definitely go for a few hits before the grab. I was trying for a back grab there, but somehow it was a front grab, so I don't know what happened there. I still have the shield there as well. I can use it anytime. But again, you just want to cycle, like you want to go for the immobilizing round. That's really the best card here. So use the quick draw as much as you can to get that. Unless you already have the air cannon ready with another rifle, because then you can combo it. Like you shoot them with the air cannon, and while they're getting up, you can easily get like 2 shots in with the rifle before they're fully up. So it's pretty much guaranteed 2 shots there. So it's like 10 seconds gone essentially because you got 3 from the air cannon plus at least 2, if not more, of the rifle. So it's already like 9 seconds gone. So there'll be, and you see the time as well. Like I mentioned, it's so hard for them on the time because they don't have creatures to get time from. Like the camera is pretty strong, so you can easily leave the camera before they destroy it, so they don't get 20 seconds that way either. And everything, like they're just constantly getting shot by the cameras, so getting bite by the zombies, so the time just flies by. Now the only reason why this build is kind of better than the other ones that I made that's similar to this strategy with the guns is just because of the biting, man. Because the biting takes like 15 seconds is a lot of time. You know, it's way better to go for a bite than it is to go for a few shots with the rifle. So, and the fact that she can use both together, like both the shots and the grab is like guaranteed. It just puts her on another level, like way higher than Spencer and things of that nature. So you see again here, I can easily combo with the zero cost zombie as well. It does not necessarily have to be the one with the aura. Now in this case, you see he did a longer animation because of the stairs, so they were able to save him there. But you always want to go for the back grab, okay? It's really important because otherwise it might not be so guaranteed. So you see, when you get a hand like this, just cycle the card. Don't use the creatures necessarily. So see, I'm pushing her in top of the and you see the glow there, because if you're shooting randomly like this with the air cannon, you're still you know, taking their time away, so it's still good. You see, I only have rifles, so I'm gonna use rifles, and I can still shoot them randomly. It's fine because I'll be able to eat their time off that way. Now again, I never want to do those front grabs. I'm really just trying to go for a back grab that is not actually happening for whatever reason, depending on the angle. So you see they're all together there too, so you see like 12 seconds right there. Plus 3, plus 3, plus 3 now. So that was like already like easily more than 30 seconds gone from using 2 cards. And so there you see Birkin as well. And I'm gonna use again the zombie here to stop the objective. He has to respect the creature because it's invulnerable. You cannot do the objective until the creature is finished standing up. And see, I was still able to stop him there. But you see, like, it's really hard for them on the time, man, because, you know, even though I like right now, for example, right there, I could have comboed the air cannon with the rifle. I'm not sure why I'm not doing it, but maybe on the last game I would do, but I don't think so far I really showed a clear example of how you combo both of them together. I'm surprised that I missed right there. So right there, this is how they can counter this, is they have to destroy both cameras at the exact same time. And that person has to go on the objective right away, because otherwise, you know, they really won't be able to stop you from shooting them away of the objective. So you see, again, just use quick draw, get the immobilize around. That's all that matters. And you notice, you know, this match, you notice I'm not even using Birking. I'm really not sweating that much. But I could have easily used Birking here at any point to waste this last seconds that they have. But I don't really feel the need to, so I'm just kind of messing around a little bit. So you see again, if you have cooling fan, that recovery right there is gonna take like forever. So you see that's the perfect example right there. You see how you I shoot him with the air cannon, and then while he's getting up, you shoot them with the rifle. It's pretty much guaranteed shots, and I decided to use working here. And you see, like even if they save him, it still wastes a lot of time that they already don't have, you know. And yeah, just like that is GG. Pretty easy match in general, you know. It's kind of hard to counter all of this. I mean, the best thing they can really do is have a USB or something, but you know, they still have to deal with the guns. They still have you know, Birkin that you can use. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. But please remember to use the air cannon with the rifle, just like I showed right there on the Martin at the ending of the match. That's how you're meant to use it. Don't try to combo the air cannon with the creatures. It's very situational. Most of the time it goes wrong. But it's just about playing your cards smart, you know. That's what you want to be doing. So here, I'm using the infection zombie preset, if you can tell. But again, right now, you see, I have a lot of options there. I can combo. I'm definitely gonna go for the combo with the creature instead of the firearm there, because the creature, you know, I get infection is way better there. So you see, if I went for the rifle there, I should have destroyed my camera too. So you see, he got a bite. He got 5 seconds off the infection, and he got 3 seconds off the thing there. So you see right there, yeah, perfect. You see right there, that's how you combo the air cannon with the rifle. You see how I got 2 shots guaranteed there, plus a few extras. So that's how you combo. Definitely want to you either use the air cannon that way, or you combo the immobilizing rounds with the creature or with the gun. That's the whole idea. And if you don't have any of them, just use quick draw to get them. Or if you don't have quick draw nor, you know, nothing like that nature, then just use the weapons randomly just to get a few time off, and also circle the deck. Again, you see the grabbing there. And you see, notice how they're 2 minutes and a half already. They start with 5, okay? They start with 5. They haven't opened the first door yet, and they're already at 2.5. So, I mean, it's pretty good. And you see, when they're opening doors like this, you can also shoot them with the gun, not just necessarily spawn creatures. So again, quick draw, get my my immobilizing round. I already have a creature there, so I don't have to spawn it. And you see, when they're alone like this, you can go for a few hits. You don't have to grab it immediately. And just like that, you can easily get kills this way too if they're alone. But you know, most of the good squads are not gonna be alone, right? So for the most part, you're not gonna be able to do this. But if you happen to get someone alone, especially those Jills that want to rush alone, that's something you can do to them. Now, you see right there, I think I'm gonna combo here. No, I didn't. But I could have used the rifle right there to shoot him while he was getting up, instead of controlling the creature. It would have been better actually. But you see, like, they didn't get past like the first door, and they lost 5 minutes. It's pretty good build, man. Cannot lie. Now, someone DC here, but I just wanted to show you. This match was a very good example of how you use everything together. But guys, that's the build. That's pretty strong. Enjoy, and see you guys on the next one. Take care. I think the next one is going to be Nikolai, or I'm going to do the Nikolai before this one. I don't know. One of the two. See you guys.